to all of my Capricorns out there. So let's get into it, right? If you'd like to get if this reading matched or resonated with you, okay, you want to go ahead and go onto my website so you can get a personal reading from me. My website, is in the description box below. The link to that is in the description box below. Come and get one from me. You'll be happy you did. Okay, so the cards that I come up with for the Capricorns are the Seven of Wands, the Temperance, the Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, the Emperor, last but not least, the Three of Cups. If you're looking for a tarot reader that talks about love, you came to the right channel, considering subscribing, because this is what it is that we talk about. But I also have a service on my website that you're going to see for $35 for 15 minutes. That way we get to talk about love, nothing but love there. Every other rate from 70, 80, or 100 is pretty much, whatever it is that you want, all right? And I will make a video talking about how to utilize the website very soon. So what I'm seeing here for the Capricorns, no major arcana that represent Capricorn, but this reading is still important nonetheless. The Seven of Wands, the Temperance, the Nine of Cups represents the hard work that a lot of you Capricorns have been putting in to get into a relationship. But the hard work, unfortunately, was for nothing, because you Capricorns don't seem to understand, or I should say what you Capricorns should understand, is that being in a relationship shouldn't be difficult, right? You have the Nine of Cups. Like I was saying, being in a relationship should be represented by this the majority of the time. Obviously, you're going to fight. You're going to have some sort of disagreements with a significant other, but it shouldn't be consistently like the Five of Wands, right? Where you're constantly going back and forth with each other. This struggle, it shouldn't be like that consistently, right? So a lot of you Capricorns were getting yourselves in relationships where you weren't necessarily supposed to be in them. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the struggle was real. You know what I mean? You and this person fought against each other so hard, or these people, right? These succession of people whom you would be trying to get to know. It would be such a power struggle to when the relationship ended, a lot of you Capricorns would be exhausted, right? Now, the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles represents this being you, where what it is that you want, right, is the Queen of Cups. A person who actually considers you, considers what's going on with you, not just physically, but also internally as well. And the Knight of Pentacles represents this is what it is that you want, right? You, I should say, more self-determination to find that particular individual, right? Learning from your mistakes, as well as one of the things that you're doing is, right, Knight of Cups, Lovers, Two of Wands, learning how not to speed up the process of a relationship. The Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Two of Wands represents you being in a situation where you need to understand that since this is the case, the Lovers is about how you're not rushing that process, right? A lot of you Capricorns may have been, or I should say some of you Capricorns may have been rushing that process. So as a result of this, obviously rushing that process wasn't necessarily the best thing for you Capricorns. So what is it that you did in order for you to help preserve yourself and to actually find this Queen of Cups, this person that actually cares about you? You have to slow it down, because there's a lot of weird, I'm telling you from personal experience, there's a lot of weird individuals out here. And if you allow yourself to get caught up in that mess, what will happen is that they will try to drag you down because of the ignorance. You know what I mean? And the Hierophant represents this being a situation where you Capricorns have to utilize your own higher intelligence or common sense, right? I usually like to I like to use things like this with the air quotes and stuff like this, because what is intelligence, right? Like, how do you quantify, how do you qualify intelligence? How do you count intelligence, right? And IQ is only quote unquote IQ is only some sort of test or some sort of way to give some sort of number point system to an abstract concept. You understand? So because of that, I'm saying, right, use your intelligence, right? So the thing is that the Emperor, and use your wisdom. The Emperor and the Three of Cups represents you Capricorns, okay? It represents you Capricorns with the people whom you are meeting, right? Stop hanging out with people who are sorry for themselves. Stop hanging out with people who, you know, like, what I mean by that is do dumb stuff and then they want to come back and be like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I shouldn't have done that. If that's who they are consistently, where you give them a try and already out the frame, they're already ghosting you, then they want to come back, that's already a betrayal enough as it is, because you don't even know the person like that, and the person is already showing you a form of betrayal. That's not a very good flag to be waving. That's a red flag. So let's clarify the Emperor. The World, interesting. The Six of Wands, Two of Swords. So the World, remember, when you're on the dating scene, make this about the both of you. Not you only, not them only, the both of you. And if things don't work out between the two of you, stop stressing it, stop trying to force it. The Six of Wands, the Two of Swords, if these people don't necessarily like you, if they're not interested, they're gonna flake. They're gonna do things like be wishy-washy, be unclear. They're going to, you know, so as a result of this means that you should leave these people alone immediately. But don't bring it to their attention anymore, because you're wasting your time, because that's how deeply entrenched the ignorance is. Because what's going to happen is you Capricorns will confront them if they pull some goofy stuff like that, and then they're gonna act like the Two of Swords. They don't know what it is that you're talking about. See no evil. They don't know what it is that you're talking about. So you don't want to get dragged down into that, right? Let them be ignorant on their own. You are looking for the Queen of Cups.